Welcome to my channel. I'm Barry Geoffrey. So today we are going to revise, for paper 2 maths. So this question was internal, section A question number 1b. Read, solve the equation 2x squared minus x minus 2 is equal to 0, giving your answers correct to 2 decimal places. So this question carries 2 marks. So let's write the equation below here. So 2x power 2 minus x minus 2 is equal to 0. Equation is equal to 0. So this is A, this is B, this is C. So A it is the one who has a power, and then B the one who has only x no power, and then C it is a constant number. It has no x. So this question you can either use square method or quadratic formula. So we're going to use quadratic formula, which this is the formula: x is equal to negative b positive or negative a square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So let's start. So x is equal to negative open bracket. So b it is negative 1. It has only 1x. So the coefficient of x, which is negative 1, positive or negative a square root of b square. So b it is here, which is negative 1. So I'm going to write it inside the bracket, power 2 minus 4. So a, which is 2, positive 2, then c negative 2 divided by 2 open bracket a, which is 2. So x is equal to negative multiplied by negative 1, which is positive 1, positive or negative a square root of negative 1 power 2, which is 1. So we're going to multiply. So this is paper 2. We're going to use a calculator. So we're going to punch on the calculator. Negative 4 multiplied by 2 multiplied by negative 4 multiplied by 2 multiplied by negative 2, which will give us 16. So here is 16, positive 16 over 2 multiplied by 2, which is 4. So x is equal to 1 positive or negative square root of 1 plus 16, which is 17 over 4. So I'm going to write either x is equal to 1. So we're going to start with the positive 1 to answer first. Plus 1 plus a square root of 17 divided by 4, or x is equal to 1 plus a square root of 17. So here, we're going to use a negative 1. So we're going to pick the negative sign, divided by 4. So x is equal to, so we're going to first punch the number on the top. So which is, we're going to find first the numerator number. So we're going to have 1 plus square root of 17, which will give us 5.123105626 divided by 4. So x is equal to, so we're going to divide by 4, which will give us 1.2807764006. So we're going to round off the answer into 2 decimal places. So x is equal to 1.28. So they said round, giving your answer correct to 2 decimal places. So this is the answer. First answer we have found. Solve the second answer. We're going to solve x is equal to 1 subtracted by a square root of 17, which is negative 3.123105626 divided by 4. So x is equal to, so answer divided by 4, which is negative 0.7807764006. So we're going to round the answer. We're going to leave the answer into 2 decimal places. So x is equal to negative 0.78. So you know how to round off the answer. So you know how. So we're going straight to the final now. Therefore, x is equal to 1.28, or x is equal to negative 0.78. So we'll finally find the answer. So if you reach here, you will end up getting 5 marks. So if you haven't understood, please click on the comment box. Please support my channel. Remember to subscribe and share. Bye.